20 to 9, he's still not done. So you're upset. Right? You're going to walk up and down. Okay? Do that much. Smile. That's right. Very good. Okay. What? Animal. Very good. Honey, ready? And action. They say that making a film is creating your own illusion of reality. This scene we're shooting right now, it looks real. That woman is actually walking up and down. But the visual that you see on the screen, is that real? By creating our own frame, by eliminating things to the right of the frame and to the left of the frame, above the frame and below the frame, are we not interfering with reality? Are we not creating an illusion rather than reality? In Hindu mythology, they say that this world and this life is Maya. And what does Maya mean? Illusion.
Everybody quotes Brahma as the creator. Brahma is the creator of the universe. Brahma, the creator of everything what we see, what we observe, what we feel, that has been created by him. Now, if you ask me, I'll put him in the category of a dramatist. Possibly he was also a dramatist. And through his creations, he was trying to do the utmost. That is the reality.
I think they are really there because we see it, and sometimes we feel them, and I think they're really there. Some of them are really there, some of them we think that they are there, but then they aren't. Such as, according to me, I think God is there with me, but then He's not.
We are living in this world is reality. Birds are chirping, that is reality. Trees are there, that is reality. I am talking to you, that is reality.
In a layman's language, I would want to say that it is real. I literally feel it is real. I think the biggest thing that justifies this statement that everything around us is real is our existence. Because we can touch things, we can see things, we can also feel intangible things like emotions or human behavior or nature.
As coin has two sides, even whatever we see around us also has two sides. One is the actual presence over here, the actual presentation, and a representation of them by any means. Like being a film student, being a filmmaking student, I believe that whatever we see on the larger screen, on films, it is a representation of the real world.
The concept of reality is understood alike by scientists, mystics, and philosophers.
It is mind which gives things their quality, their foundation, and their being. The stuff of the world is mind stuff. There is an objective reality out there, but we view it through the spectacles of our beliefs, attitudes, and values. All things from Brahma the creator down to a single blade of grass are simply appearances and not real. All knowledge of reality starts from experience and ends in it. Our eyes tell us in which direction to walk. We can identify a noise with our ears. We touch an object to find out what it feels like. We can easily tell sugar from vinegar with our tongue. Self-confidence in everyday life depends absolutely on the senses.
The scenes may be depicting real history, but are never actually real, because the maker has used certain angles and shots, etc., to suit the requirement of the film, thus actually altering reality. Is the life we lead from birth to death real in itself? Is everything we see around us real? It is very difficult to say no, because every moment we see, we feel, we hear. But could all of this be untrue?
All that we see or seen is but a dream within a dream.
Isn't she looking beautiful? She must be thinking to herself that at this very moment, I look so charming, so lovely. But is she right? Science says otherwise. When reflected light reaches our retina, the image is found upside down. Then it is corrected, and then the mind reads it, and then only we see. Obviously, this takes some time, so we never see anything immediately.
Things are not what they seem to be, nor are they otherwise.
Nothing that we have made till date can travel anywhere near the speed of light. We have made aeroplanes that can travel at the speed of sound, supersonic jets, but not even the swiftest rocket can travel near the speed of light. Interstellar travel is quite impossible to imagine, for all our units of measurement fall far short. For instance, the Sun is the nearest star in our galaxy. Now, according to the famous scientist and writer Carl Sagan, in his popular book Cosmos, he says, "We measure distances with the speed of light. In 1 second, a beam of light travels, oh my goodness, 186,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers. So the Sun is about 150 million kilometers or 90 trillion. Once again, it's so big I can't even say it properly. 93 million miles away. Thus, it takes light from the Sun 8 minutes to reach us here. So the Sun is 8 light minutes away. We actually see the Sun after 8 minutes. Now, if we were contemplating traveling to a star in another galaxy, that might take millions of light years. Thus, the implications are enormous. Let us assume that in the Andromeda galaxy, which is 2.3 million light years away, human life exists. Now, if they were to look at the Earth right now, they might see apes still working with stone tools. And it could be that the galaxy we see now no longer exists, because the light from that galaxy is only reaching us right now. Our eyes see a riot of colors. We're enchanted by all the many colors around us. But are those colors real? We know that scientifically there is no color. The information of heat and energy not absorbed by plants and flowers, etc., are translated into colors by the color cones within our eyes. Just as in an aerial survey of the Earth, the deposits below the surface of the Earth are shown in color codes. Newton observed that color is not inherent in any object. The surface of the object reflects certain colors and absorbs others. What we perceive as color are the reflected colors from the surface of that object. For instance, red is not in this apple. The surface of this apple reflects wavelengths that are red and absorbs all the others. What we see as white is a surface that is reflecting all wavelengths. And what we see as black is a surface that is absorbed all wavelengths. Now, many animals, such as dogs, do not see colors at all. In fact, for them, this world is drab and colorless. If I were to tell my favorite dog about all the colors I love in this world of ours, he would disagree, rough, violently. Could we still say that what we see is real?
I am of the belief that this world is real, and this is the only world which we have. As far as the earth is concerned, and I believe so because ever since the earth was formed and the sun, moon and galaxies all formed, and with time emerged the cell, which then grew into various kind of lives. I believe that all that is real.
Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one.
Is this table solid? Well, it would appear to be. My hand is not going through it, and this water does not seep through it. See? Scientists tell us that every object in the universe, this table, this water, all of us, we're all made up of atoms. And if an object appears solid, it is because of the density of the atoms within it. But no matter how densely atoms are squeezed together, there is always a little space between any two atoms. So in reality, is anything actually solid? What is reality? We could call this a physical reality, a reality which is true to our body and its sensory organs. But our sensory organs have their limitations too. There are so many things that our eyes cannot see, our ears cannot hear. For instance, how many things can we not see without the help of a microscope? And our hearing is limited from 20 kilohertz to 200 kilohertz. Thus, there are so many low sounds and high sounds that we never ever hear. But does that mean that they do not exist?
Human beings may not be able to sense these other facets of reality, but some creatures can. Dogs, for example, detect much higher frequencies of sound than we do, and their noses are estimated to be 1,000,000 times more sensitive than ours. If we could put ourselves in a dog's mind, we would find ourselves in a different world. Imagine what it might be like to be able to detect the scent of persons hours after they have passed by, and to be able to follow that scent, distinguishing it from hundreds of others for many miles.
Horses' eyes are on two sides of their head. Thus, they always see two different images of a place or a thing, and in between those two visions, there is a blank. Our eyes also see two different visions, but those visions are merged into one to give us 3D vision. We may invent more powerful instruments to help us see better and hear better, but in the end, the reality all around us is only a physical reality. Now let us see Einstein's famous moving train and two observers example. Let us assume that one observer is inside that moving train and the other is on the embankment. Now, the observer within the moving train drops a ball from that moving train. Now, obviously, both of the observers should see the movement of the ball in exactly the same way, that is, rolling away from the moving train, right? No. The observer on the train will see the ball going in the opposite direction and getting smaller and smaller. And the observer on the embankment will see the ball taking a curve and moving in the direction of the train without getting smaller. Both the observers will claim their version to be true. And they are true, because what we see depends on where we are in relation to the event that is observed. Directions, years, months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, seconds. They are all parts of our physical reality. And as long as we are alive, we have to believe that they are true. Suppose we are watching some old favorite films of ours. And we know that the actors and actresses in those films are no longer with us. And yet, as long as we are watching those films, we still believe that those actors are alive. We believe that they are flesh and blood. We laugh and cry with them. But let's take a more recent example. We're watching another favorite film in which the actors and actresses are still very much alive. But the scenes that we are watching right now actually happened perhaps months and years ago. What is reality? Could it be that our lives are actually films that run not for hours but for years? And in our own films, we are the hero and the heroine. And the rest of the people are just major or minor characters. But in their films, they are the heroes and heroines, and we are the major or minor characters. And when one of us dies, our film ends. But in someone else's film, it may be just that a minor character has passed away. You see, as long as our film is running, we believe that everything is real. But then one day, our film is over.